Hi everyone, hope you are doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, CS Kipchumba Murkomen appeared in the Senate to answer some questions as far as development is concerned in this country. And I'm telling you, if you listen to the argument of Kipchumba Murkomen and Boni Khalwale, they have ended up putting William Ruto on his rightful place of lies. Khalwale has exposed Ruto, and Kipchumba Murkomen's attempt to respond to Boni Khalwale has also ended up exposing William Samuel Ruto. For those who remember, when Ruto was in Kakamega County, he promised to deliver an airport. Kakamega, they have an airstrip, so they want to expand it and make it a big commercial airport. They launched several flights. As of now, you can just fly from Nairobi to Kakamega, but they have to expand it so that it can accommodate more. So what happened when Ruto was in Kakamega? He promised that the national government is going to give money to expand the airstrip and pay those who are within the area so that they can relocate. So Boni Khalwale, somewhere in a meeting with the Kipchumba Murkomen and Ruto, he quoted the figures, 200 million, for resettling these people elsewhere. So when Kipchumba appeared in the Senate, Khalwale asked the same question, that they have met the people in Kakamega, they have their numbers, and they are ready to move. The only thing that is remaining is that the government to give the money for relocation. So Boni Khalwale was asking Murkomen, have you changed your mind as government as far as payment of these people is concerned? That was the question. But if you listen to this question, then you understand Boni Khalwale is asking government, are you still going to pay the money, or you was lying to us? That was the question. I want to listen to Boni Khalwale, and then from there, I will take you to Kipchumba Murkomen's response, which end up exposing his regime.
Speaker, Mr. Speaker, just to thank the minister for this. But, Minister, the story of Shukosa, the story of acquisition of public land, I have no idea where it is coming from. Because as you know, in a meeting where the president talked to you, and he was meeting with me, he told you that the governor has found it difficult to raise 400, and could you now talk to him so that the national government will pay half and the county government will pay half. You remember the conversation. So you should be coming here telling the people of Kakamega that the national government is paying the half and the county government the other half, and people will start moving away. But if you are choosing to treat it casually the way you are doing, Minister,
Senator Mboni,
if I don't ventilate in Parliament for the people of Kakamega, where will I speak from? From my funeral?
I know you are talking to Kakamega people now.
Yes.
But what I'm requesting you to do, the CS has requested Kakamega leadership to have a meeting.
Yes, Mr. Speaker.
That is where you can converse on
yes, Mr. Speaker, sir, with the respect to the people who vote for us, allow me to tell the minister that the go-round that he wants to give me with the governor, when the people are waiting to be paid, it does not require leaders to meet. We have already been to those people's homes. They have given us their consent. Their properties have been valued. Payment must be made. Minister, have you changed your mind as government on payment of these people, or are you going to pay? If you're going to pay, when are you paying? Life has to go on.
Now, to some extent, Kipchumba Murkomen's attempt to respond to Boni Khalwale, he was honest. Half truth. And how was he honest? That every financial expenditure requires a budget. Up there is right. So, because what was promised in Kakamega has not been delivered, so it confirms to you that whatever William Ruto promised while he was in Kakamega, it was not in financial budget. It is not in the budget. He just said. So look at that. That alone is enough to tell you that William Ruto is a liar, and Kipchumba Murkomen indirectly said that William Ruto lied to the people because what he promised was not in the financial budget. But he went further to tell Khalwale that he is in government and they are all in government. So, because they are in government, they can sort this issue out. He's asking Khalwale, have you changed your mind as government? Meaning there is something they also normally discuss in privacy. What is he confirming? So listen to Kipchumba Murkomen exposing William Ruto that he is a liar and they give hot air promises.
But Mr. Speaker, there is another step. Every financial expenditure requires a budget. Mr. Speaker, even the 200 million, Honorable Senator Khalwale is saying, Mr. Speaker, that should be paid by us and the county is paying 200. Even that county doesn't have that 200, Mr. Speaker, to pay for the airport. It has extremely competing interest in the other infrastructural development. So what we should be doing, Mr. Speaker, is to first put our heads together as leadership to see how best can we deliver this infrastructure, how best can we ensure that the price, the cost of acquiring land is not exaggerated so that then, it becomes expensive to acquire that land. How best can Senator Khalwale use this passion on the ground, Mr. Speaker, to negotiate with the villagers who live next door and tell them to give way at a reasonable price for us to build the infrastructure. So there is room for us to have a solution. And Mr. Speaker, to remind Senator Khalwale, there is also equally a very high position in this government like myself. And so when he says you have changed my mind, I would retort the question back to Senator Khalwale, have you changed your mind also as the government on this particular issue? Because me and you are the government.
Now, as we continue this panel discussion, just a quick request. For those who are watching and you have not subscribed, please consider subscribing. To our returning subscribers, Master, thank you so much. And again, to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much, and back to this discussion. Now, having listened to Boni Khalwale, then the response from Kipchumba Murkomen, they have ended up exposing William Ruto's nakedness. Ruto has been stripped off naked in the Senate. But Khalwale is clever. He has to speak for the people of Kakamega County. And he has to be seen as if he's defending them. And because of that, he has been pushed to a corner to speak the people's language. And he has to be seen as an individual who is amtetezi of the people. Remember, Kakamega, 90% is Azimio. So he has to speak like Azimio, behave like Azimio, walk like Azimio, and you should be seen as if you are Azimio. Without that, you end up losing. So Boni Khalwale has washed his hands clean. He don't want to be seen as an individual who is supporting the deceitfulness of William Ruto. And therefore, he had just to ask Kipchumba Murkomen this question so that people will hear indeed he spoke for them. That's another reality. Anajua hivyo. So by the fact that Khalwale is defending his political position, he end up exposing Ruto. You can't be in Kakamega and you support a failed government, then you think that you will have a political mileage in the region. You cannot. You cannot. So Khalwale is well aware. He don't want to sink down with William Ruto. You promised 200 million, pesa iko wapi? We move from an airstrip to an airport. So, the meetings you saw William Ruto coming to Kakamega, and they said that they're having a cabinet meeting to decide on things about this country, and the promises he gave, so a working cabinet, a working president. It was all hot air, and it was just a campaign rhetoric. Kipchumba has told us, live on camera in public, on the floor of the Senate, where you cannot lie, you will put it to account. And that's why Khalwale had a privilege to put him to account on his statement. And it's clear that every financial expenditure requires a budget. The question is, if Ruto had put this one in the budget, what Kipchumba should be telling people in the Senate is that the national government has released their 2 billion that was in budget to Kakamega County. And now it is Kakamega County that is waiting to put the money in their budget so that they can now fulfill this promise. Wanangoja nini? Wanangoja Kakamega County toe ndio watoe, ama hao waanze na zao? Hapo ndio kuna ukweli na uongo inajitenga. Mambo mawili tofauti. If they are serious, Kipchumba had just a simple question to answer, and the answer needed one word. Tulitoa pesa 200 million. Iko kwa Kakamega County. Tunangojea watoe zao, then we proceed. The national government has given zero, nay, nothing. Ama kama wametoa nusu aseme, tumetoa 100 million. Tunangojea kutoa another 100 million as we wait for the Kakamega County to proceed with putting that money in their budget. The national government has done zero, and that's why Khalwale is mad, and he has now to come out and confront this government through the CS who was sent to represent the government. Huo ndio ukweli. Sasa mjua muko na president muongo. Unajua tungekuwa kwa kanisani, I normally say people, nasikia watu wakisema kwamba God is good all the time, and all the time God is good. If it was William Ruto, we can say William Ruto is a liar all the time, and all the time William Ruto is a liar. That is evidently clear, and many people even in UDA side are finding it hard to defend liars of all times. Full-time liars cannot be defended, and again it's expensive to defend a lie. That's why they end up exposing this liar knowingly and unknowingly, in public and in privacy.